Hey everyone, so we often get asked how to make first of the roll frames like this or this. And basically what you need is first of all, you need a manual advanced camera like this Nikon FM2, and that means that basically when I put the film in, I'm advancing it manually with a lever compared to if I'm shooting with a autofocus SLR or point and shoot or rangefinder. If it's autofocus, it's going to be auto advancing, which means that with a 36 exposure roll like this, I'm only going to get 36 exposures with an auto advanced camera compared to with a manual advanced camera, I get usually around 38 with this FM2 as well as my Leica M5. I get 38 exposures as well, but the first exposure is a partial exposure, which is the first of the roll. And the reason why it's partial is because right here you can see the film is exposed to light, which means that's going to create the pure white. And then the little bleed is right here where it's transitioning from the pure white exposed to a lot of light to the film that's still in the dark inside the cartridge. And that's the part that retains the image. So the way that you would do that is once you have your leader completely in the little slit and it's secure, a lot of people will advance it once and advance it once, wrapping the film around. You can lose a whole frame that way. A good way of doing it is basically making sure it's completely in there really good, and then you close the back like this. And if a lot of times I know what I'm doing, so I don't do this, but if you want to be sure to know that your film's advancing, it doesn't pull out of that little slit, you can take this until it goes, wind this a little bit until it goes a little bit tight. And that means it's pulled all of the slack. And then when you go to advance your film, you'll see this move. So since that moved, that means that the film is still attached in there and that it advanced and you're good to go. So I can line up my shot, and it's fun to take oftentimes to plan out your first of the roll frame because it's going to be a partial frame. So sometimes I'll try to do a portrait, or I'll pick something in the landscape or whatever scene I'm going to be photographing, and I'll take that photo trying to be creative with that. And then once I take that photo, I'll advance, and then I'll take a second photo, which will be the full frame will be exposed. So I have both in case I want one, like I want a full frame exposure, and you don't just want the partial. But the partial is a lot of fun. Most of my first of the roll frames have been with my FM2, which something like this or this, and then this one's with a FM. But there are a lot of other cameras that are manual advanced. Pretty much all manual focus older cameras are manual advanced, and you can do this with other than quick load systems like the Canonet. That you cannot do it with, even though it's a manual advance. Another camera that I do this with is my Leica M5 right here. And here are a few of the first of the roll frames I've done with this camera. That. But yeah, first of the roll frames are a lot of fun. If this is something that you do, we would love to see some of yours. Be sure to tag us, hashtag the Darkroom Lab. We would love to see